Hi, I'm Ed from More Music in Evansville, Indiana, and I sell a lot of guitar strings. And I'm typically asked daily, what's the best guitar string? And I almost always answer by saying, look, it's like toothpaste. They all do the same thing. Everyone has their own flavor. There's a difference in the strings, and I always encourage people to experiment. So I just have a selection of some of my go-to strings for electric guitar. DAddario EXL 110s. DAddario is a major manufacturer of strings out of New York, and they have a string gauge of every possible configuration, but 10 to 46 is the gauge I prefer. And the nickel wound EXL 110s, great go-to string. A couple summers ago, they had me beta test the NYXLs, and I really like these. They basically made a better version of the string I just spoke of. They're bright. They're not as abrasive. They're bright like stainless steel, but they're not abrasive like stainless steel strings, if you've ever tried those out. They tend to resist breaking. It's not a coated string. It's a new alloy that they came up with. So if you're a DAddario user and you haven't tried the NYXLs, I highly, highly recommend it. Another string that I enjoy and have used for a long time are the DR strings. This is a set of 9s. I'm sold out of the 10s. DR strings come out of the Northeast too, New Jersey, and they basically have a unique way of making guitar string. They call it compression winding, and they're basically squeezing more metal, more mass in the same diameter conventional string. So they tune up to pitch with a little less tension, but what I like about them, they make the brights brighter and the bass bassier. And coming up on this would be, lastly, these are the Dunlop heavy core strings. Designed for drop tuning, so they say. I understand that they hired one of the original engineers for the DR strings. That may or may not be true, but I like them. I prefer a new, out-of-the-box, bright guitar string. Some guys might like a warmer string, and there are manufacturers that, of course, do that. There are notably some popular brands that I'm not talking about, but hey, this is what I use. Again, I encourage all of my customers to experiment because tone is subjective. Meaning what I think is bright, you might not think is bright. What you think is dark may be the difference between one person hearing, and the guitar, of course, comes into as a variable. So check them out. Check out all the strings you can. All right. If you have any questions, definitely visit us here at moremusicguitars.com or come see me here in Evansville, Indiana.